Morning. Welcome to Whole View Farm. Just getting ready to do some chores out here on this blustery February day. Got a little bit of alfalfa hay. It's really pretty grassy stuff, which is why we bought it. We don't give them a whole lot of this, but in a colder day it's nice for a little energy boost, and we make sure we got plenty of regular grass hay out so they're not getting too much of the just alfalfa. They do love it though. It's our little transport rig. We like to pull it out. Works great in the snow. It's fine in this kind of weather too. Dogs are out. I just gave them some lamb shank bones. We had a nice braised lamb shank for dinner last night, and they are sure enjoying those bones. One really cool thing about dogs is they can recycle your bones and remineralize the land with them. That is Honey Bun, our little mini loner goat. She can actually slip through the gate and make it back to the barn even when no one else can. So she likes to hang out in there by herself, and she's just working her way back to the flock. I should be heading that way too. We had unrolled the rest of a big round bale yesterday. The sheep are down at the end working on that. Honey Bun's slowly making her way over there. And we got our next bale staged up here. It's a little funky. These bales we got were 2 years old. It's organic hay, which is nice, but they've been sitting for a couple of years, so they're a little worse for wear. We were happy to get what we could get this year with the drought and all, so glad we got enough to get through the season. But that's why it's nice we also have this nice green alfalfa. We can supplement a little bit. He's got to be careful with that. You can't give him too much. It can cause some issues. You got to have enough dry matter in there to balance it out. Here she goes. And this afternoon I'll be setting up some fencing all along that next strip up there. Probably go all the way down to the road. I think we're going to make this a long one, so hopefully I got enough posts and reels to do that. And then we'll exclude them from this area. So I'll have basically rest of the day to finish off working this hay over and pooping it up, and then we'll get them off. We'll let this rest for a while. Yeah, they sure do go after that alfalfa. Hey, Grander. Funny part is I put sheets all the way down on the thicker parts of the hay here, but they always go for the last one. They follow the sled and climb in the sled. Yeah.
We have a shot of Honey. Nobody has seen her yet.
Yeah, no, I have been.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Honey's coming slowly but surely, making her way over. And they're going to try to break our sled to get that little bit of dust. Instead of, yeah. Alright. Instead of realizing that I got chunks of alfalfa spread out in the hay here for them, all the way down.
Guys, right there.
Alright.
Good job.
Here they come. They're figuring it out.
Come on. Right there, buddy.
probably a little more hay than we need to be putting out, but we've got plenty. It's a little rough, and it's going to help feed our land. Oh, these boys are getting a little feisty here. Plenty for everyone, guys. Yeah, more than enough hay for today. We might give them one more day. See how long it takes me to get this next paddock set up. It's a little bit chilly, so I think I'm gonna go have some breakfast first. See how the kids are doing, and yeah, it's supposed to warm up a little bit, get into the mid-30s at least. So I think it's not too bad. It's about 25 right now, but the wind's cutting through. That makes a huge difference. So these guys don't mind. They got their wool. They got their fur. Yeah, there's some right there. You guys can all get a bite. This one here is a ewe. She actually got these little horn buds. We've got a couple of them like that. I think that's a trait we're gonna start culling for, but we just wanna grow a little bit first before we start making those kind of decisions. Take our time. But you can see she broke one of them off earlier this year, headbutting somebody else. So yeah. Yeah, like that. This is how they sort out who's in charge. Okay, well, I just put up about 1,000 feet of fencing. I think it took right around 40 minutes. That's mostly because I got a couple pieces and had to run back to the barn. Definitely goes a lot quicker when you're only running 1 or 2 wires. 3 wire takes a little bit of time, a little bit of doing. You need more brace posts so you can zigzag back and forth. The other thing I did is I went too long on my first run, so I had to get a second reel and jumper them together. Not the end of the world, but you know, if you can estimate, so one reel gets you zigzags back and forth and gets you your 3 wires. It's a lot nicer. But I do like doing it in shorter sections like that. I think that's pretty important because it gives us more flexibility. If I were to run this whole 1,000 feet, well, it'll be about 1,600 feet when I'm all said and done here. If I was to run that and just run continuous straight lines right through the fence from one end to the other, well, then you got to take the whole thing apart to make a change, to make an opening somewhere. By doing our little double corners that I like to do here, it gives us the flexibility to open up the fence there, to take one section down and put it up somewhere else once it's no longer needed. So it's just a nicer way to go, more short sections of fence, and then using the jumpers to connect them electrically instead of doing real long fences. When we're doing these, we call them paddock divisions, where we're delineating our main paddocks. And then I call it a paddock split when I run a short fence in between these two fences to make our small paddocks that we can strip graze our way down. So yeah, it's not too bad out here. A little bit windy. Sun's shining though. What a difference that makes. And yeah, animals are content. They're all the way at the other end of the field. And yeah, there's some stockpile in here. This will be worth doing. I certainly don't get as much feed out of it for the effort this time of year on the stockpile as I would during the growing season, but it's not really about how much feed I get. It's about how the animals impact the land and how we rejuvenate that soil, and knowing that because of these methods, these practices, we're going to have more grass next year regardless of what the rain does. It's going to be able to hold on to what we do get and regenerate better. So that's the thing. That's the goal. Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna take a break and then come back out, finish this off, do a couple of paddock splits. Yeah, try to be ready so that tomorrow we can do a move. I think they'll be ready by then. They're really low on. There's still a lot of hay on the ground, but they're not really going for it too well. And I think they've picked through, gotten the choice bits, and the rest will be fertilizer for next year. So that's fine.